So the Champions League is back and we're playing against Porto. And some of us can remember what the match was like when we played against Porto. I believe it was 2010 in the when we played in the last 16. It was an absolute banger. But before we get into the preview against Porto, we're going to get into some preview from that last match. We're going to also get into some stats around Porto. But before we get into all that, we need to talk about a few stuff. Let's get into it. So, big up to Klopp for highlighting this. Hear what Klopp says. When you see Albert Sambi Lokonga playing, you think, oh, he's an Arsenal player? And they loaned him. Interesting. Now, I don't know about anyone else, but when I see this, I feel pride and joy in my heart. Reason being, Sambi Lokonga, we got rid of him. We put him on loan because he was not good for the Arsenal. But he went away, applied himself, pulled his socks up, didn't moan, didn't get all carried away thinking that he's the next best thing. He went away, improved and got a lot better. Right now, I believe he's one of Luton's best players right now. So, he is doing well. Now, you can remember, times past, when we have a player out on loan, everyone will be saying like, yeah, I know that's an Arsenal player because he's garbage, right? And you can see how much things has changed. This is Liverpool's manager. Basically, for me, this is a compliment, giving compliment to one of our players that we didn't even want. He's out on loan. He's out on loan right now, and he's looking at him thinking, boy, if that's a player that they don't want, man, no wonder Arsenal's cooking right now. That's what I'm hearing right now. So big up to Klopp for identifying how good Sambi Lokonga is playing, and I know Arteta sees it as well. And I have to give big up to Sambi for not getting in his feelings and basically improving, so that he can potentially come back into the Arsenal team. I don't know where he's gonna fit, but that's an option. That's an extra option that we will have when El Neni goes. Perhaps Jorginho will go. That's an extra option. But I'm happy Sambi is actually doing okay. And as what I said, he's one of their best players in Luton team. Now, I'm getting somewhere. Let's take a look at this. I'm getting somewhere, but follow me. Highest rated player in the Premier League this season. Who's on top? Our star boy, Bukayo Saka. He has a rating of 7.68. Rodri, second. 7.57. Salah, third. Haaland, the top goal scorer for the last two seasons. Haaland, this season, last season, Haaland. James Maddison after. Now, we can see that I won't count James Maddison. He basically, this is like one of his best seasons in a very long time because he's playing for Spurs around better players, I might add. So I'm not going to count Maddison, but apart from Maddison, the top four is world class. If you want to put Maddison in, he's not in the top four anyways. The top four on this list is world class. Everyone knows Rodri's world class. Everyone knows Salah's world class. Everyone knows Haaland is world class. So why not say Saka is world class? There's something in the back of certain fans' throat. They don't want to get it out. They don't want to let it out. They're trying to keep it in. But eventually, everyone's going to admit that Saka is world class. Let's take a look at this one. Only 7 players in the Premier League history, has recorded 75 goals and assists before turning 23. Number 1, Wayne Rooney, world class player. Number 2, Michael Owen, world class player. Number 3, Robbie Fowler. But still world class. Some Liverpool fans will say Robbie Fowler is world class. Cesc Fabregas, world class, no denying it. Cristiano Ronaldo, world class. Now, I just want to edit Lukaku's name. We don't. Let's pretend like we don't see Lukaku. Let's skip over him, right? Because most of us don't rate Lukaku, and the reason why he's on this list is because he gets like about 90% of these are tap-ins. Anyone can score tap-ins, right? So let's just. I might be doing a disservice to Lukaku right now, but Saka is on this list. Bukayo Saka is on history in the Premier League list with all these world-class players, these legendary players. And I've got, hold on, I'm not finished there. One more stat before I get into why I'm bringing up all these stats. Bukayo Saka has already surpassed his goals and assists from last season, 2022-2023 season, and we're still in February. He's only 22. The star boy is only 22. He's already surpassed his goal contribution last season. 15 goal last season. For the whole season, he's already got 15 right now. And it's basically halfway through the season. 11 assists for the whole campaign last season. He's already got 13 assists. More. And it's still halfway through the season. SAKA hasn't been on form since the season start. It was like a mirage we've been seeing. Now, he's getting back to his old self. Scoring those quality goals. Beating players. Giving assists. This is the SAKA we've missed. Now, last season, it was a debate if he's world class. And you look at the numbers he was hitting. This season, there's no debating. I'm telling, there's no debating. Listen to this guy.
Guys, I just want to say it's been an absolute pleasure travelling with you Arsenal fans. I must say, SAKA is a fantastic player, just not world class yet. He will be one day, but just not yet.
Now, someone tell me, what's his problem? What's his problem? This guy has been picking on SAKA as of recent, and everyone can see it. But he keeps going, we'll leave him. We'll leave him to do what he's doing. We'll leave him. We move on. But we all know that SAKA's world class right now, and Ferdinand has to admit it. By the end of this season, Ferdinand will admit that SAKA's world class, because if we don't win the Champions League, we're going to go very, very far in the final. And how we play, SAKA's going to be a major contribution to that, as well as in the Premier League. We might even win the Prem, and if we win the Prem and the Champions League, everyone in our team should be even in it with a shout of being world class. Raya, it's been stated that he's one of the best keepers in Europe right now based off his numbers. Saliba, Gabriel, we all know that these guys are border world class. Odegaard, bordering world class. Martinelli, bordering world class. Our first team players, almost everyone in the first team bordering world class. So it's not going to be a hard thing to admit. Well, it will be for the haters, but not for the neutrals. It's not going to be a hard thing to admit that SAKA is world class by the end of the season. Now, to get into Porto right now, we're gonna get into Porto and do actually review. Now, the previous section took a bit longer than I expected, but we're gonna talk about Porto. And I was saying that, listen, let's just be nice to Porto. Let's just give them a 3-0, right? At least we might be a bit inclined to give them a 1-goal, 3-1. But this guy, basically, if I'm playing right now, I would have ensured that we got about 6 to 8 goals against Porto. I mean, if we don't score that amount, if we halftime comes and we're not 4 up, as a player, I'll be angry. If we're not 4-0 up, I will be angry because of this guy. Take a look at this video.
Of course, I don't gonna tell what we're gonna do. We're gonna do our best job for winning that game.
Do you think that Arsenal are one of the main favourites for the Champions League this year? With the bookmakers, they're third favourites.
If they are the favourites, they need to show us they are the favourite team to win.
Now, don't get me wrong. I hear what he's saying. I understood what he's trying to say, but it's my club. The way you're talking, you sound a bit cocky, mate. You sound a bit like you're underestimating the best club in London right now. You're underestimating one of the best team in Europe right now. I think is our previous history, our recent history, I should say. Our recent history has confused these guys, thinking that they're better or on the same level as Arsenal. So this is what I'm saying. If we go in at half time not 4-0 up, I'll be angry if I was an Arsenal player. I'll be because I know Arteta's going to show them. And if he doesn't show them, Gabriel Magalhaes is that petty. And I know I'm petty as well for thinking like this. He will be showing them, I'm showing them these videos saying that, listen, boys, we need to turn them over. We need to rip them. You can't be having this guy coming on pretending like we're nothing. This is how I see it. Be more humble. Like, if you get asked a question, well, if they're the best team or one of the favourites, then who knows? Let's just see what happens. Be a bit more humble. But this guy, nah, man, I'm fired up for this match. If we lose this match, I'll be angry because I believe that these are the matches that we need to perform well in, each and every player, to prove the doubters wrong. And this guy is a big doubter. But even other fans are doubting us, saying that we won't do well, we won't go far. Other teams, basically, apart from the bookmakers, I think they're the only ones that's basically putting us high up there. But everyone else, they're using our recent history to basically judge us, saying that we won't do much in the Champions League. We move on. Yeah, man, we thrashed Porto in that match, and that's the last time we played against them. That's the last time we played against them. It was in the Champions League, and that was the result. Now, this guy's, as what I've said, that he forgot the levels. He forgot who the Arsenal is, and we're going to remind him today. So we're going to remind him for the first leg. Then in the second leg, hopefully they'll be more humble, right? Hopefully they will be more humble after we thrash them tomorrow night, and I believe it's going to be a thrashing. So this is the injury news. They've got one of their best defender, which is Marcano, out. Then another guy that's out that we need to basically be happy. This is one of the reasons we should be happy right now is Taremi. Basically, he's one of their best goal scorers in the Champions League. He's not in their league, but he's one of the best in the Champions League. And another thing that we should be happy about is the reintroduction of Thomas Partey to the squad. Thomas Partey is back in the squad. Fabio Vieira is back in the squad. Really, I don't really care about Fabio Vieira. I'm sorry. We've got Waneri now, and for me, Waneri is better than Fabio Vieira. Some people might disagree, but I know 80 to 90% of the fan base agrees with me that Waneri, for me, is better than Fabio Vieira. I know he hasn't got the experience, but the raw, natural talent is way better. Well, not way, but he's better. So this is what I'm more scared of, or this is what I'm more wary of about Porto. Now, this guy, Galeno is one of their top goal scorers, one of their better players in their team. Evanson is basically a top goal scorer with 9 goals in the league for them. But the reason why I fear this guy more is because he plays on the left wing, and that's our right hand side. If I say there's a weak link, this is what my predicted lineup would be. If I say there's a weak link in this team, I would say it's Jakub Kivior. If I say there's a weak link in this team, I would say it's Benjamin White in defensive side. So, and he's one of their better players, the left winger, and he's gonna be attacking Benjamin White. So if I should be scared of anyone tomorrow, it's going to be that guy. I know Evanson, the Brazilian, has scored more goals, but I believe in William Saliba. I believe in Gabriel Magalhaes. I know you all heard about the new song with Gabriel Magalhaes, man. The Brazilian Woo, right? The king of Brazil. I know you all have heard that song. And the reason, I've been saying this for a long time. Give this guy a song. William Saliba got a song in his first full season in the Arsenal team. Gabriel Magalhaes has been solid for us for a number of years. I know sometimes he's a bit shaky, but you have to understand, if you're playing with someone that's shaky beside you, automatically you're not gonna have the same confidence as you would have when you're playing against someone that can protect their own self. But if you're gonna have to be covering for the left back, you're gonna have to be covering for the person on your right, man, that's draining. So Gabriel deserves his own song. For me, one of the better All-Star players, or one of the best players in our team right now, is Gabriel Magalhaes. For me, I would have given him a captaincy over Odegaard, but since Odegaard has it, I think he's grown into it now. Sometimes I criticize him because sometimes I think he's missing in certain matches, important matches, but of recent, he's been very, very good as a captain. I should give him that, especially in our matches against Liverpool. And so on and so on. He's been good, and I believe it's down to Arteta. Arteta's starting to have him drift into basically a more defensive midfield role sometimes, and drift to the right, drift to attacking mid, drift to even second striking sometimes. So he's playing a variety of a position, and that improves his confidence, and that improves his awareness, and also his defensive capabilities. Because when he learns how to defend better, he can press higher up the pitch and press at a more intense rate. So I believe that it's down to Arteta why he's improved as a player. So all in all, that's my lineup, that's my prediction, that's my thoughts on the match against Porto tomorrow. My predicted score, I'm going to say 6-0. Nah, should I? Nah. I'm going to say 6-2. I'm going to say, the reason why I'm going to say 2, the Premier League teams, I don't think they're good defensively, but they're not good going forward like the Champions League teams. Champions League team, everyone's going to come out to try and play their own way. And the reason that, for that reason, I believe that they might get a few goals against us. But I still think we're going to win big, and we're going to win big by a big margin. So I'm going to say between either 4-1 or 6-2. That's my final prediction. So guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment box below. Let me know what you believe our predicted lineup will be. My predicted lineup is basically to keep the same, the players the same as we did for the past 2 matches. In case you didn't see the image, that's my predicted lineup. But so let me know yours. Let me know who you would take out the team, who would you put in. Some might give one area a shot. I personally wouldn't start one area. I would bring him on like later on in the second half if we're winning by a comfortable margin. Even so, even if we're winning, I will still bring him on by a smaller margin. I will still bring him on. So that's my predicted lineup. Let me know yours. Let me also know your score line. What's your prediction? What's your predicted score? Are we gonna get turnover? Are we gonna have a draw? What's your prediction in the scoreline? Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. Tell a friend to like, share, and subscribe. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you're not already subscribed. Catch you in the next one. Goodbye.